Okay, thank you everyone. I'm going to make a start now. My name is Dr. Jav, and today I want to talk about prospecting. Now, obviously, in this business, my recommendation is that you do the trading, but also do the prospecting, so you can build an amazing business. Now, I've been in business now for over 2 decades. This is my third decade in business, so I kind of like know my way around things, and I've got some of the best mentors in the world, and everything I do is based on obviously my own knowledge and background, but also on what I've learned from my mentors on a daily basis. So I listen to a lot of audio stuff, watch a lot of videos, and also do a lot of reading to ensure that my business maintains momentum always. And obviously, in any business, you need to learn about business, but also the mindset and personal development is very important. So, briefly, a little bit about trading. And when it comes to trading, 80% of trading is mindset. And that's why a lot of beginners lose money. You may make money in trading one day or one week, and the week after you lose it all. And that is all down to your mindset and down to how personally developed you are. Now, when it comes to building your business, a lot of the skill set needed in building your business, interestingly, is the skill set you will need in trading as well, because it's all down to personal development. So, my recommendation is build your business and do the trading, and over a period of time, you'll find that you will become a very good trader because you've been able to develop your mindset and obviously your personal development as well as a result of building your business. Now, today I want to talk about prospecting because this is a question that I get asked a lot of times. How do I prospect? I don't know anybody. What do I do? Now, just to let you know, every single person in my team at the moment, every single person, these people are people I did not know before. So you do not need to know a lot of people to be able to prospect really well. So I'll say that again, every single person in my team are people that I did not know before I started this business. So every single person is new. So again, you do not need to know a lot of people to prospect. Now, I want to just make it absolutely clear that in business, not just this business, in fact, any business, behind every no, there is a yes. So I'll say that again. Behind every no, there is a yes. I get over 20 no's every single day in this business. And that's one of my pointers. It's one of my milestones. It's what I look at. I try and speak to as many people as possible. And when I've had 20 no's in any particular day, I know that I've had enough no's for that particular day. Now, prospecting is a skill. No single person is born a prospector or knows how to run a business. It's a skill set, which basically means it's something you can learn. Same as trading. Trading is a skill set that you learn. Now, your net worth in this business is your net work. The more people you know or come to know, the more money you will make, the higher your profits. Now, what you need to do, every single person on this call needs to have an active list. And by that mean, you need to have names, numbers, emails of people on a piece of paper. By active, I mean this list is moving all the time and you are adding to this every single day. Now, this business is a numbers game. Again, if any of you have run a business before, you'll know that the more people you speak to, the more your business will grow. This business is no different. And there's a lot of failure involved in any business. And this business is no different. If you look at Thomas Edison, who created the light bulb, he had to go through 10,000 iterations before he came up with a solution to the light bulb. Now, just imagine if Thomas Edison had said, after 9,999, do you know what? I'm going to give up. This thing isn't working. Today, life would be a lot different. We wouldn't have light. We'd have to be using candles as before. Michael Jordan, the amazing basketball player, missed 9,000 plus shots. He lost almost 300 games and he failed over and over and over again. And that's why he succeeded. You need to fail to succeed. You will fail your way to the top, which is one thing I tend to use. You will fail your way to the top. That's the same for trading, and it's the same for building your business. A lot of people will say no to you. When it comes to trading, you will try a lot of strategies until you hit the right one. And when you hit it, it's going to be an amazing moment for you because you know you've finally done it. It's the same in business. And when it comes to building your business, the first thing that I did was I looked at my contact list. I asked myself, who do I actually know? I created an active list of people. Now, most of you on this call may have met me before, and of the ones that have met me, you may have seen my phone. On my phone, I have over 1,000 contacts. So the average person has a couple of hundred, but I have over 1,000 contacts that I've built over the years. And the first thing that I did was I contacted every single person that I knew, and 90% of them said no to me. The 10% that said yes to me helped me to build my business, and through them I found other people. So in this business, you don't just approach anyone that you know. You need to focus on people who are hungry, they have integrity, and also it does help if they are business minded. But having said that, a lot of people have joined this business without any business acumen whatsoever, and they've absolutely smashed it and become financially free. When I talk about financial freedom means that you do not need to work to be able to survive, if that makes any sense. You have more money coming in every single month that you don't know what to do with. And there are a lot of people in this business, many people, who are financially free, which means they do not need to go to a job. They can actually walk away from this business and the business will work itself. That is true financial freedom, and this business can help you achieve that. And again, I've noticed this in my team. Sometimes people do get negative. Sometimes people get very, very negative. The best results you will achieve in this business on both elements are going to be achieved when you are in a positive mindset. So always try and stay positive. The way I stay positive is by listening to audio every single day. So I listen to a lot of personal development stuff. I personally develop myself every single day. I learn something new every single day, and that's what you should be doing as well. Now, obviously, we have the cold market as well, and I don't know if you know this, but there are people everywhere. The population of the UK is somewhere between 7 and 8 billion, so there's a lot of people to prospect. And when I started in business, obviously this wasn't my first ever business. When I started in business a long time ago, I did not know how to speak to people, and this was a skill that I developed over a period of time. However, what you'll find is that as you speak to people, you will get better and better at it. And the intention is always to add at least 2 people to your list every single day. That's why I call it an active list. Your list is moving all the time, and you should always be adding to it. Now, when it comes to prospects, people that might be interested in your business, do not think about yourself. This business is not about you. It's about your team and your prospects, and you need to ensure that you meet their needs. So always listen first, listen to what they have to say, and then decide whether this business is right for them or not. Now, like I said before, many people want to become financially free, and they do not know how to do it. Many people have been working in jobs as slaves to the system for years, absolute years, and they do not know how to get out of that slavery. And certainly a lot of people in corporate that I speak to have just about had enough in their work environment, and they're looking for other things to do, and this is like a knight in shining armor for them. And again, when I speak to people who've joined the business, I do a lot of tap routing. So again, you only really need to find 3 people in this business, and those 3 people will help you find other people who are in need of an additional income. Like I said before, there are a lot of people in this world, and this business is not localized to the UK. We have people who are trading with us in over 120 countries. We have over 135,000. I call them students. We are all students because we're still learning, And even when you've learned everything, you still need to learn. So we are forever students. We have over 135,000 students in this business, and the goal is to achieve 1 million students by the end of this year. So that 1 million students have to come from somewhere, and obviously we have a large population, and somebody somewhere is waiting for this opportunity, and they can absolutely smash it, as I've seen many do before my very eyes. Now, a very, very good thing that happened to us a fair few years ago was that the internet was created. And through the internet, we can find a lot of prospects. Now, I've listed here 10, well, actually 9 channels that you can use every single day to prospect from. So I use Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Snapchat, Eventbrite, and Meetup, and Calendly. I use all of these. So Facebook has around 2 billion users. You can meet every single one of your business needs just through Facebook. Instagram has a lot of users as well, as does LinkedIn. My recommendation is that you don't just stick to one channel, use them all, or use as many as you can and use them every day. When you are consistent and persistent in looking for people, looking for prospects to help you with your business, you'll find that you can do very, very well. Now, again, if I use my example again, back to my first business decades ago, when I was prospecting, it wasn't this type of business. It was a bit of a bricks and mortar business, but nonetheless, you still have to prospect and find clients. In those days, there was no Facebook, there was no YouTube. So I had to use other means to find people. And believe me, it's a lot easier today. I've done training on Instagram already, and over the next few weeks, I've done Eventbrite as well. I'm going to try and cover these online channels. In fact, there are hundreds of online channels that you can use. This is just the tip of the iceberg. There are hundreds of channels you can use. Calendly allows you to schedule in meetings, and if you do not have a website, you can use your Calendly link on Facebook, on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and all those channels, which basically means that people that find you through the tags that you place on your sites, when they come to your site, they always want to learn a bit more about you than what is on your page. They can go to Calendly, to Eventbrite, Facebook, or any other social media channel and find out more about the brand. I'll talk about that in a minute. So the more branded you are, the more successful you will be in this business. Now, when it comes to social media, like I said before, you need to build your brand. Personal branding is so, so important. Again, it doesn't just apply to this business, it applies to all businesses. Now, if I just use the example of, say, Facebook. In fact, no, all the social media channels, your social media channel should not look like a sales page. I've seen so many social media channels of people, some of them in my team, unfortunately, where when you go to that page, it looks like a sales page, and that's what happens. A prospect will go to your page, think it's a salesy page, and then move away. Your Facebook profile, Instagram profile, LinkedIn, whatever else, should not look like a sales page. It has to be engaging, and it has to be a lifestyle type page where you're providing information for free. And it's only when you provide information for free and allow the prospect to engage with you that they will become a customer. Now, in my particular case, I get emails every single day from people through social media asking me what I do, how do I do it, and if they can do it too. Every single day there's something coming through. And that won't happen straight away. It takes a little bit of time, and it's all down to branding. So when you get a chance, you can all go to have a look at my social media pages, follow what I do, and then emulate what I do as well. And again, I've been doing this for quite some time, and it does not matter how many followers you have. What matters more is the information you have on your pages that will ensure that your prospect engages with you and becomes a customer. Use photos, images, videos, as much as possible, and build a network of people who are also building a network, and your business will absolutely shoot through the roof. And again, like I said before, you need to focus on other people's needs before your own. The more people you help, the better you will do yourself. So the more people you help, the higher your income will become. The more people you help, the closer you move towards your goals. And again, when it comes to building your brand, you might want to talk about your hobbies as well. So don't just talk about Forex trading. Don't just screenshot your trades. Talk about your hobbies as well, because that's how you build communities. And when you have communities, people will listen to you, engage with you, and also buy from you. So again, very, very important. Now, some of you are new traders, so you might not have screenshots of your trades yet. And certainly that was the case when I started a while back. In that particular case, what you can do is reach out to other people in your group, perhaps your mentors, and ask for their permission, and I'm sure you can use their signals and look at their profits and put them on your social media pages so other people can see how much we are actually earning. Now, one of the most important skill sets is that of inviting. And again, if you don't do anything else, you need to become an expert at inviting. And in previous mentorship sessions, I've talked about how to use our blueprint for success. So if you don't have that, I do have those videos in the group somewhere. And if someone has access to them, please do put the link in there again. But today I want to talk about inviting. And again, inviting is not about explaining, it's not about selling, it's not about convincing people. Inviting is just about getting people to a webinar, a seminar, a meetup. That's it. That is your only role. Your role is to get people, your prospects, to another presentation. You should not be trying to close them at this stage. Unless you've been doing this for a fair few months and have become very, very good at what you do, I would not recommend you try and close people on the first engagement, on the first conversation you have with them. You need to become a master inviter. Use words like get together, event, gatherings. I wouldn't say presentation because it sounds too much like work. I would use information instead. I wouldn't use meeting. I would use the word get together, and also use the word partnered with rather than joined, because joined sounds a bit salesy as well. And again, your only role is that of inviting. My guarantee that I can give you is that if you become a really, really good inviter, you can absolutely smash this business. All you have to do is invite your people to a meeting. Whether you attend that meeting or somebody else does not matter. Whether it's a physical meeting or meeting online does not matter. All you need to do is learn how to invite people. Your inviting vocabulary should use words like, trust me, just come to the meeting. You do not need to get into a serious conversation with your prospect at the outset, because you will confuse them. If you're not clear yourself and you've only just started this business, you will confuse your prospect and they will run away. If your prospect asks you, what is the business about? What's the name of the company? What's the website? I would not go into too much detail at this stage. The only thing you need to focus on is to try and get them to the webinar or to the meeting. If you start talking about websites and, detailed technical analysis when it comes to Forex, a lot of people will get confused and decide it's not for them. Forex is a skill set that takes time to learn. You cannot show someone everything about Forex within one conversation. It's just not possible. Now, less is more. So just bear this in mind when you are speaking to prospects. Do not try to close them on the first conversation. On average, it takes 6 to 7 conversations, 6 to 7 touch points before a prospect becomes a client. That is an average. Sometimes it takes a lot more, sometimes a lot less, but generally across the board, 6 to 7 interactions are required before your prospect actually becomes a customer. So just bear that in mind. Don't be overpowering when you speak to them. Don't appear salesy. Think about their needs, and you need to link their needs with this opportunity. And if you think it's the right thing for them, then definitely get them on board and put them into the process and ensure that they learn how to trade and obviously how to build the business as well. The fortune is in the follow-up. I can't say this enough times. Many people in my team today have been able to bring in prospects, but they do not follow up. If you do not follow up with your prospect will not become a customer. Now, I've just been looking at my text messages recently, and I've noticed that if I miss a follow-up ever, that prospect doesn't ever become a customer. Your customer wants you to follow up with them after the meeting. If they don't convert at the webinar or the meeting, you need to follow up with them. So the last conversation you should have with them at that initial interaction is, can I speak to you tomorrow? Or can I speak to you next week? When's a good time for you? And as long as you've been able to do that, you've done the follow-up, and then you keep in touch with them. You continually engage with them. When you stop speaking to prospects who could potentially become clients, they will never become clients. You need to always feed them information, and good information, and show them how they can use this opportunity to not only become financially free, but to also make their families financially free as well. Now, I'll put a few closing sentences, whatever vocab at the bottom there. So these are just sentences you can use when you're communicating with your prospects, and always, whenever I speak to people, I don't want to waste time with people who have no interest whatsoever. I always present them with a follow-up a week later, a month later, sometimes even a year later. Some of my prospects have come back to me, and I think you know who you are looking at the list of people on this webinar. Some of you guys have come back to me after a year, 2 years. I think I spoke to someone 3 years ago about trading and working in this kind of environment, and they didn't join then. I kept in continuous contact with them every couple of months, and then recently, 2-3 months ago, they joined. So it took them 3 years to join. So people will join when the time is right. Your job is just to engage with them and to ensure that they can do this. Now, I want to talk about events. Events are so important. I get emails and text messages from members of my team and other people every single day. If I was to show you my phone, you'd be shocked. I get messages like, how do I become financially free? How do I control my emotions when trading? And many other questions. And again, I've touched upon both of these things earlier. I have done a video, a mentorship call previously, which is now on YouTube. So if anyone has the link to that, they can put it in the group, where I talk to you on how you can become financially free through this opportunity. And the great thing is, with this opportunity, we actually have a blueprint that can knock you into 7 figures a year. All you have to do is follow that blueprint. And in all honesty, it's not difficult. We've given you the blueprint. It's the same blueprint that I've been following for a long time. And there's no reason why any single person in the world cannot follow that blueprint. We've had people become financially free. We've had people who can't read, and people who can't hear, deaf people who've managed to become financially free because they've followed the blueprint. So if you go back to the video talk about, I think it's something to do with 7 steps to 7 figures. I've put it on my YouTube channel. I actually talk about the blueprint in detail. Now, one of the most important essential elements of that blueprint is events. I talk about events every single day, every single time I meet people. And interestingly, a lot of people still don't listen to me. And I keep saying this over and over again until I'm blue in my face. Never, ever miss an event. Events help you to become personally developed and give you a positive mindset and put you in the right place. Life is like a sine wave. The same is the case with trading and also building the business. There are ups and downs every single time. 90% of people will give up. I'll be clear with you, 90% of people will give up and go back to their day jobs. It's the 10% that continue that will become financially free. And to get you out of the troughs in the sine wave, you need to attend events and see other people doing extremely well in this opportunity. I met someone a couple of weeks back. He's been doing this for just over a year, and he made something like $104,000 in 1 month. And he did that just through trading. And when I spoke to him, he told me that he had many troughs. He left many times, but he didn't physically, but he was like on the cusp of leaving many times. He got depressed, but he continued. And because he was able to continue go through the troughs, he's now making those kinds of figures. And in all honesty, that is not the most that you can make in this. We have many people making a lot more, but I'm just giving you an indication of numbers on earnings that you can achieve if you continue and get through those troughs. Every single person on this call today, every single person in our teams should be at events. The more people you bring to events, the higher your earnings. That's a proven theory. It'll be like E equals MC squared, or these scientific formulae. It's as clear cut as it can be. The more people you bring to events, the higher your earnings. You should not come to an event by yourself. And we have an event coming up in London on Saturday, and your ticket allows you to bring 3 guests with you. So my aim is to bring at least 9 to 10 guests with me. And if you don't know anyone, just pick someone at random from the street and bring them along. That's how important this is. Events make champions. Events equals money, and never come alone. Obviously, if you haven't been able to find someone, then do come alone. But generally, the consensus amongst very successful people in this business is that the more people you bring, the more you will earn. And again, how many people are you going to bring to the London event? That is my question to you. If you are able to bring 10 guests, your business will explode. And every single person that I know in my team, I've seen them develop over the last few months. Every single person in my team that has been to events has been able to hit a rank or become very close to hitting a rank. And that's very important because ranks are milestones. When you hit a milestone, your earnings will increase on the back of that. And I've seen people that go to events and people that do not go to events. And the biggest difference is that the people that go to events are the highest earners of the group. Every single 6 and 7 figure earner, including myself, will be at the London event on Saturday and also the one at the end of February. So just on the back of that, you should not ever miss an event. And I will continue to say this until the end of time. Never ever miss an event, because an event will make you. It will make you into a champion. When someone who's earning, just to give you an example of the event coming up on Saturday, when someone who's earning, I think it's about $800,000 or thereabouts every single month from this business comes to train you for £20, and you say, do you know what, I'm a bit busy on Saturday because I've got to go to the football, or I've got a dinner date, or got to do the garden. That's why your business is not growing. When I heard about this event, I booked several tickets from the outset. The event at the end of February, again, I booked that from the outset. I didn't waste time. I didn't even look at my calendar. Although I knew I was doing things on those days, I had to be in another country, but I cancelled all my plans to be at that event. I cancelled every single thing to ensure that I was at those events. That's how important an event is. We're in 2020 now. January, the first month of 2020 has gone, more or less. Saturday is the 1st of February. In this business, you need to just ensure you go through this presentation again and do every single thing that I talk about. I'm not waffling. I'm telling you exactly how things are. This is how it works. You need to be committed, work hard, be consistent and persistent towards your goals. I've done a video on goals as well. If you haven't seen that, you need to watch that and ensure you do every single thing in that video that I did a few weeks back. And again, my mentor, who's making around $1 million a month, taught me that. I went to my mentor's house last year, tail end of last year. It cost me several $1,000s or pounds, whatever it is, to get there, hotels, planes, and whatever else. But I went there because it was so important. My mentor's now coming to London and it's costing £20 to get there, and people are still saying, I've got other things to do. And if that is the case, then perhaps this business isn't for you. At this event, it will help you with your mindset. Trading, if you only want to do trading and don't want to build a business, that's okay. 90% of people in this business only do the trading. That's okay. But just bear in mind that trading is 80% mindset. So if your mindset isn't there, you're not going to become a good trader. That's what these events are for. It will help you retain a positive mindset and also ensure that you move forward. The choices you make you. So whatever choice you've made for Saturday, that's going to make you going forward. You need to be in a position to change your family tree forever. I'm just looking at this list of people on this call. I'm guessing none of you are millionaires at this stage. So you need to take on board what I'm talking about. And if it's not now, then when? If it's not you, then who? And also, if not this, then what? This business opportunity is absolutely amazing. I've been in business now for over 2 decades. This is my 3rd decade in business. And I know many of you say I still look 18, and thank you for that. But this is my 3rd decade in business. I've seen a lot of opportunities come and go over and over again. But in all honesty, this business, what I've seen in this business, the educational facilities that we have, and also the mentorship. We've got Bob Proctor coming at the end of February. Again, we've teamed up with him. Bob Proctor charges hundreds of thousands of dollars to speak at events, and we've partnered with him to ensure he comes and shows us and teaches us everything we need to know about mindset. And again, very, very important, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Trust me, you should not be insane to grow in business. You need to do something different. You need to step outside your comfort zone, even if that means coming to an event in London, then so be it. And on that note, I'm going to finish off this presentation. Thank you all for spending your time on here. And again, I've enjoyed having you on the presentation. And seriously, every single person on this call, the reason you're here, there's a reason behind it. You are here speaking to me for a reason, and that reason could change your life. And that's how I look at things. The reason we've met, I may not have met every single person on the presentation, but most of you I have spoken to in person. There's a reason behind that. And my goal is to ensure that every single person in my team becomes financially free. I will teach you everything I need to teach you. I will show you everything I need to show you. Your only role is to take on board what I tell you and take action, and everything else is done for you. My name is Dr. Jav. Thank you for your time. And again, I'll speak to you guys very, very soon.